What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at a boxing match this time instead of an MMA fight, and it's going to be Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou, a fight that I am super excited about. Usually I just like to stick to MMA on this channel because that's what I know, and I don't like to dip into boxing too much, but when Francis Ngannou is in the scenario, I'm going to talk about it. I love Francis, I love his story, and I'm interested to see what he can do in this boxing world. So of course, as you already know, Francis Ngannou already had his first boxing match against Tyson Fury last time around in a fight where he didn't look terrible at all. He actually looked really good and knocked Fury down and almost won the fight. Tyson Fury went into that fight underprepared and was kind of sleeping on Ngannou, and he almost paid the price for it. It was a really fun fight, and I was excited seeing Francis actually almost go over there and get the job done. Because the MMA fighters always get the shitty end of the stick when it comes to the crossover fights. They always have to go out over to boxing or somewhere else in order to compete in their martial art and usually end up losing, while no one has the balls to come over and fight in MMA. So it's usually a bad look on the MMA guys, but Francis went out there and he made the MMA community proud, and he genuinely almost actually won that fight. Some people even argue that he actually did win that fight. Personally, I didn't have him actually winning the entire fight if you want to score it by boxing criteria, but whatever. That fight's done with, and if Francis and Tyson meet again, I'm sure Tyson is not going to go in that underprepared. And I truly think that was the main issue with that last fight and why we saw it be so close between Francis and Tyson. There's a couple of other contributing factors like size and speed and power. I think Francis was just a little too quick for Tyson, and Tyson wasn't really expecting that, and ultimately that changed a lot of what happened in the fight. But this time around against Anthony Joshua, it's a completely different story. Now, off the back of a performance like that, I would probably tip Francis against a lot of top heavyweights, but Anthony Joshua is a completely different look than Tyson Fury was. He's way stronger, probably way faster, and just way more agile. He's a completely different boxer than Tyson Fury is, and he's actually a lot more similar to Francis Ngannou's build. So if you have a guy that's very similarly built to Francis Ngannou, plus has about 20 plus years of boxing experience on him, it's not a good recipe for success. To be honest, I love Francis Ngannou, but I think he's in for a really tough night against Anthony Joshua. And this isn't because I think Anthony Joshua is just some world-class boxer and levels ahead of everybody in the game. No. Styles make fights, and Anthony Joshua is going to be able to match Francis' speed. He's going to probably not be able to match his power, but he's going to hit like a truck, believe that. And I think ultimately he's just going to be able to match Francis in the areas where Francis was able to excel against Tyson Fury. And look at Anthony Joshua as of late. He's been fighting amazing. After the loss to Usyk, he really turned everything around. He's on a 3-fight win streak, and recently just beat the shit out of Otto Wallin. So he's looking really good and is going to have a lot of confidence heading into this fight. There's going to be pressure on Anthony Joshua, though, whether he wants to admit it or not, because this is Francis Ngannou's second ever professional boxing match, and to lose against a guy like that would be way too embarrassing. And I don't want to count out Francis yet. I mean, Francis definitely has a puncher's chance, definitely could go out there and win the fight. Who knows? If he catches anybody in the world, it doesn't matter who you are, there's a chance that you're going to get knocked out. And there's always that threat with Ngannou against a guy like Joshua. I just think in terms of where a new boxer could excel in, like natural stuff like speed, strength, agility, I just think that AJ is going to be able to match that. And then you throw on the experience, it's not a good look for Francis, but I'm still hoping Francis could get the job done for sure. Now, obviously, a win here for Francis Ngannou would do massive things for him. It would mean a massive future for him in boxing, and he would make history. But a loss here, and you kind of start to question what could be next for Francis in this boxing world. It's not like there's a bunch of heavyweight stars. Pretty much it's Tyson and Joshua. Now that Wilder lost to Joseph Parker, I don't really think that Ngannou would be interested in that fight with Deontay Wilder, and I don't even think Deontay Wilder would be interested in that fight, to be honest. So I think after a loss here, he would have made his money, but I think the boxing journey may have to take a bit of a break. He probably should go back to just MMA, go to PFL, fight Renan Ferreira, and make some money over there, and then, yeah, I don't know if boxing is going to be the route for him after a loss here. Even though he's done so well, it's just the fights aren't there and the money's not there to be made. So you might as well go back to what you know best. So my official prediction is going to be Anthony Joshua to win via decision. I don't think Joshua will take his lights out. I think Francis is too durable for that. But ultimately, I think he's just going to be the better guy on the night. I think he's going to be able to just outpace Francis, outbox Francis, hit him hard, hit him powerfully, and just slowly wear him down as the rounds go on. But Francis is too tough to get finished, and I don't think Joshua could just take his lights out. Plus, Francis is always going to be posing that threat, so it's not like Joshua's going to want to stay in the pocket with him a lot. He's going to want to just pick him apart from the outside and coast to a nice decision victory. That's a game plan with a guy like Ngannou, but hopefully Ngannou could shock the world and go out there and get the job done. There you guys have it. Those are my thoughts on this amazing heavyweight matchup. Let me know what you guys think, though. Do you think that it's going to be Francis, or you think AJ has just got the experience and he's going to be able to get the job done? I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you all for watching another one of these videos. If you enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. That helped me out a ton. And stay tuned for UFC 299 content as we get closer to that fight. I'm really excited for that pay-per-view, and there's a ton of fights I want to talk about. So, yeah, stick around for those too. Thank you all for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one.